Have you ever wondered how they get a serge stitch in the middle of the fabric? Isn't it supposed to always be on the edge of fabrics? Well, this is what is called a flatlock. Now, I actually have some decorative thread in here because we were just playing with a wide 3-thread edge, okay? We have only the left needle in, so we've removed the right needle. We have added a decorative thread to the top, so that's actually in our upper looper, and it needs to be the tension needs to be slightly reduced to allow for that little thickness of thread to go through. Now, for a flatlock, as it's called, it was stitch number, I want to say it's number 5. So we're going to go to stitch number 5. Yes, the picture reminds me what I'm looking for. We'll let it switch over to the settings, and it'll tell me that my needle thread tension, which happens to be the left needle, needs to be way reduced. So it says 1.5, so somewhere in the 1 to 1.5. Actually, let me just go to 1. All right, and then my tension for my upper looper, it says 4, which would have been normal, but since it doesn't know I have the decorative thread in, I'm going to just reduce that down just a little bit to 3. But the lower looper goes to 7. So that's the one you have. That's not bad to use this little cheat sheet on the machine to remind you that that needs to be tightened up a little bit. Not everything's engaged here. Stitch length can be what you want it. But let's show you how you actually stitch on the fabric. So if you want this to be the side that shows, what you need to do is actually fold the fabric wrong sides together, because as we stitch along the fold, then it opens up and it will actually flatten out because the back side is so cool. Oh, that even really looks nice because I have the orange in there that really pops as it looks on the back side, which is where sometimes you see a flat lock, you see the lines. Well, sometimes people use the reverse side of a flat lock. It's a great way to connect pieces together. It can do a patchwork. I've even taken ribbon and run up and down through these little laddered stitches. You can spread those out if you want. They don't have to be that close. But since I have the decorative thread in there, I want this side to show. So wrong sides together, okay? And now people always say, well, can I cut fabric off? Well, you can if you want, but you don't have to. So you can pick either way. I'll just go ahead and cut fabric off so I can show you that that works. But if you don't want to cut fabric off and you just want the fabric to hinge back open, just run the fold right next to your knife and technically don't cut it off. All right, with decorative threads, I tend to not go all the way around the front. I don't want to waste it. So here's what it looks on the front. But on the back, we have this that's our needle thread that's super loose. See how there's no line? That means that when we go to open it up, here's where the magic takes place, it will hinge open. So as I pull, see how it flattens out? So it's actually kind of fun to make a flat lock because then all you do is you go pull, 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 and voila, it lays flat. All right. Now, if you wanted to get this look on the front of your fabric instead of the back, then you just need to actually fold it differently. So instead of wrong sides together like we did, you're going to do right sides together. So then we'd have it on this side, and then when we go to flatten it out, then you have the ladder on the pretty side of your fabric. So flat locks, use the little reference. I don't use it all the time, so usually I do need to either cheat and look in the book, or on this machine, just use your on-screen setup to know what the tensions need to be. Isn't that fun?